This was not about wickets. This was about making a world-class batter feel rushed for 5 straight days. The context? Machine versus redemption. England arrived in Australia after 3 consecutive Ashes wins. Yes, 2009, 2010, 11 and then in 2013 as well. So Australia were a team that was supposed to be mentally down and out, demoralized. England had Jonathan Trott, one of their greatest assets in this side, who used to bat at 3 and was known as the Iceman. Calm, confident, composed. Classical. Now there's Mitchell Johnson in the Australian side, right? While he did have a lot of pace, he was known to be erratic, inconsistent, wayward. He was the man mocked in the 2010-11 Ashes. The Barmy Army made derogatory songs on him. He was literally all over the place. Now in 2013, he's back with a handlebar mustache, 150 plus kilometers an hour pace, and with something to prove.
Australia 1-0 up in the series.
Crikey. Unbelievable.
He's a powerhouse.
This time it was calm versus chaos, rhythm versus violence, machine versus redemption. Now what happened at the Gabba, the Brisbane Test? Trott scores 10 in the first innings and just 9 runs in the second innings. The batter from whom the English team and the English fans had the most hopes looked completely out of spirit. Johnson dismissed him in the first innings. But the bottom line is, it's the pressure created by Johnson that got him the second time. So from the very first spell, Trott is fending, late on the ball, looking hurried, and is getting cramped for space. These are things you would never associate Jonathan Trott with. This was not panic. This was not poor technique. Just rushed. The technical trap, beaten by geometry. Now Johnson was bowling left arm over the wicket, right? He was angling across Trott, but the bounce was rising sharply onto his ribs and his gloves. This is a blind length for a front foot player. Trott was predominantly a front foot player. In fact, his strength was a big stride forward and then playing late. Johnson just forced him to play on the back foot, completely disrupting his rhythm. He wasn't beaten by pace, he was beaten by geometry. The breaking of his aura. Trott didn't look reckless. He didn't look technically poor either. He just looked like a man who had lost time. For the first time in his career, the Iceman looked rushed. Awkward fens, gloves tucked in, no fluency whatsoever. He wasn't batting this time, he was just somehow surviving. The psychological aftermath. The test ends on 25th November 2013. Trott immediately leaves the tour. He never reaches Adelaide. England announced that he's left for a stress-related illness. This became one of the first major Ashes moments where mental health entered the cricket conversation publicly. It didn't take a series. It took 5 days at the Gabba to change the story of this Ashes. Johnson's redemption arc. He finishes the series with 37 wickets. Australia, of course, complete a 5-0 whitewash, completely one-sided. The man who was a meme in 2010 becomes the most feared bowler in the world in 2013. The man they laughed at in 2010 was the person nobody could play in 2013. Mitchell Johnson didn't end this Ashes in Sydney. He ended it in the first 5 days at the Gabba.